folks think about bankruptcy and they think of a straight bankruptcy. They think of losing assets. They think of perhaps losing a home or a car. But many of the people that we help don't file a straight bankruptcy. Many of the people we help use federal law to help restructure or reorganize their debt. And Amy is one of the best we have at doing that. And that's why I wanted Amy to join me today to talk about debt consolidation under the federal code. Amy, tell our viewers what's the main difference between a Chapter 7 straight bankruptcy and a debt consolidation?
Many people think of the Chapter 7 as a fresh start, and it can be a fresh start for the right individual. It's a quicker process. You discharge the debt, which is basically not pay the debt. You do get your debts forgiven, but it's not necessarily the best case scenario for everybody and probably not for most folks. Typically, I file more Chapter 13s than 7s. I kind of love the Chapter 13. I like to call Chapter 13 the safe haven. It's a little more of a long-term commitment. You're going to be in a repayment plan with the bankruptcy court via a trustee, and you're going to repay some or all of your debt. You still may get to pick and choose if there are assets you could let go that would alleviate some of the financial pressure, but you want to keep other assets. You've got some choices with what you can keep and pay for through a Chapter 13 plan or what you might be willing to let go to alleviate a portion of the debt. And in the end, you're going to receive that discharge that you're seeking, whether you pay all of it, some of it, 5% of it, doesn't matter. It's just a longer term commitment to get to that fresh start. But for many, many people and most of the folks I represent, that is the way to go. It just fits what their needs are better. There's so many things we can do in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Saving your home if it's in foreclosure. We can't accomplish that in a Chapter 7. Saving your car if you're behind on payments. That's very hard to accomplish in a Chapter 7. Typically, you've got less upfront costs with a Chapter 13. That can make it a lot easier to get immediate relief from your creditors. There are other types of debts that can be managed in a Chapter 13. Tax debts can sometimes be paid back in a Chapter 13 when it can't be discharged in a Chapter 7. So there's just so much more we can do with a Chapter 13 repayment plan. It's not a debtor's prison sentence. It's not involuntary servitude. You're coming into this voluntarily to restructure your debt, make payments to your creditors, maintain pretty much your way of living, and get financial freedom in a 3 or 5 year plan.
I guess the biggest factor that I see that often will push people into a Chapter 13 reorganization as opposed to a straight bankruptcy is pride. And I mean, I'm using pride here in a good way. People, you and I have counseled over the years say, I was taught to pay my bills. I was taught to pay my debt. Now, not everybody's capable of doing that. Somebody comes to you, they've just got behind. They just need some help pulling everything together. That, again, is a great fit for a personal reorganization. How do you help somebody like that? How do you help them retain their dignity?
That is a great way to do it. Once you fall behind, there's almost no coming back working directly with the creditors. They
Right.
don't care. Many people come, they're like, I really want to pay these people, but I just can't do it. I've got money coming in now, but they want $1,000 a month. I've offered to pay them 150, which is what I can afford, but they won't take it. And what do? This is a way you can pay your creditors. Most folks, they just have a better sense of feeling by paying the creditors back through a Chapter 13. I have people come talk to me, well, we really didn't think we wanted to file, bankruptcy. Well, a lot of folks aren't aware of the Chapter 13. Hey, let me tell you about this Chapter 13 because here's the best of both worlds. I call it the middle of the road kind of bankruptcy. It's the best of
Right.
both worlds. Getting the relief from the creditors, yet still paying the creditors back and maintaining your obligations with them. People who come to see me are all people who are concerned about what the creditors are going to do. There's pretty much nothing your creditor can do that I can't undo unless they've already foreclosed on your home or already repossessed your car. If you make it to me before either of those two things happen, pretty much I can undo anything they've done to you. Okay. As I told you earlier, I could talk about Chapter 13 all day long. Well, I do.
Right.
And
Right.
it's really best to see us individually because everyone's personal situation is different. Don't rely on what mother, daddy, brother, cousin, sister, twice removed tries to tell you about your finances or whether or not to file bankruptcy. Come talk to us. We'll bust all the myths for you. We will get it done in a good manner and help you through. Like I said, there's almost nothing a creditor can do to you that I can't undo. But the sooner we can start fixing your financial problems, the better.